Hello, hello, it is time for Final Fantasy 1, yet again. I am on the sick side today. I'm actually on the quite sick side today. So you'll have to excuse my voice. I may not talk too much, and I may be coughing quite a bit. I will try not to cough directly into the microphone as much as possible. Today, I'm hoping to do the Volcano and also the Ice Cave, if I can manage that. I'm not using any maps today, so I'm hoping to be able to get both of them today. I may just be exploring a little bit, especially when we get to the Ice Cave part. For this particular attempt, I'm going to pop down to grab the treasures on the next floor here of the volcano. I think it's the second level that has a bunch of the treasures, and then I'm going to come out and save and restore, and then I'll come down to the bottom. So I'm going to do the volcano in a couple of different segments, I guess you could say. Excuse me. So we'll do two pieces of the volcano, and this was a major stumbling block for me when I was playing this game as a kid, the volcano, because I wasn't smart enough to do things like do part of the dungeon and come out and save, and I wasn't smart enough to do things like specific grinding. I just wasn't smart enough to do those things yet. And you know what I forgot? I have the Zeus Gauntlet. I should have used the Zeus Gauntlet. I forgot I had that, and I forgot about the heal staff. These are the kinds of things that I need to remember, because I grabbed those in the previous stream. And I know there's a lot of trap squares here in this part of the game, so I'm going to be doing a lot of heal staffing and a lot of Zeus Gauntleting. That's a pretty effective way to do damage in this. I'm glad I went to the Castle of Ordeals first. I forgot that peas can poison. That's okay. That's okay. Yowzers. These guys really hit hard. I should have been using the heal staff on those on that red Goyle fight. I still should have enough resources to get in and out of the dungeon here on this attempt. Oops. I forgot that it starts in this one. I keep thinking I'm playing a Super NES RPG, where it's the X and Y buttons that have the buttons. All right, so this is a trapped battle. This is the fire elemental. And if I remember correctly, these are unrunnable. The fire elementals and the earth elementals are unrunnable. Too bad he attacked the guy in last position there. But with the heal staff, I should be able to handle most of the things in this dungeon pretty well. So I've got my fighter in the front there with the ice sword. It's not really going to do any more damage to the fire enemies. But he does get that third hit with the ice sword. Silver helmet. How am I doing for this stuff? He has a silver helmet. Okay. Alright. So I may be dropping some gloves and stuff in this attempt. Maybe dropping some of those things. Is this another spiked square? Yes, it is. 2 fires this time. Yikes. Yikes. I hope they don't gang up on the red mage in last position there, because I did not heal him up. But some of these battles can get dangerous if they start to gang up on the last guys, but I do need to hope for some good luck on that. That was a good heal staff use on the last guy. Let's hope we get a few more of those. And yeah, you're always running short on armor slots in this game. And I will need to pick up... There is a couple pieces of armor I need down here, but I don't know the armor table very well down here. To say I don't know it very well. Not the armor table, but like the where stuff is in the chest. I know where the flame armor is down on the very last floor. We won't be getting that on this particular run down here. We've got more to do there. Alright, giants and iguana, and this battle shouldn't be too bad. So hopefully I can, there we go. Hopefully I can get a couple of uses of the heal staff off. Another good battle down here is the Agama fights that are on spiked squares. I know in the speed run, that's where Feasel is who I've seen do speed runs of this game. He does some of his grinding on Agamas because they can't outpace things like the heal staff with damage. So you can just grind on the Agamas all you want, and you can get free healing from the heal staff that they cannot outpace fighting single Agamas. So if I wanted to grind, which I don't today, that would be where I would do it. That would be a good place for me to do it. So I'm just going to grab all these chests and clear this out on this run, and then we'll head back to town. Probably we'll need to head back to town to stay at the inn. That's okay. This game is very chill. This game is very relaxed. That's what I like about it. Some would complain that the game is too slow-paced, but I just like to think of it as a very chill game. And I may have to backtrack here. Nice chunk of money. Yes, and I may have to backtrack because I think that I can't do both of these. But that's okay. So if he gets a good hit on the Wizard Ogre, should be able to take him out. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought if he got a good hit on the Wizard Ogre, then he should be able to take it out. No problem. I see my heal staff is just kind of outpacing what most of these enemies can do to me. But when I was first playing this game, I was trying to go all the way down the volcano to fight Carrie at the end, to grab all the treasures and fight Carrie at the end, having not really done any grinding specifically in the game. So I don't know what level I was when I was making those attempts as a kid on my NES, but I was not very high leveled. And trying my hardest down there. This might be another trap. Yep, another trap battle. These guys are a bit dangerous if they pile on to my last position guy. Hello, Sonic-Ku. Thank you for popping in today. I apologize for my voice. I thought about just not doing the stream today, but I was like, I should do something. But I've just been kind of chilling out on the couch. All right, so this one's not too bad. A Monster Strike Burst. So even on my last guy, the Wizard Ogre's there. I think the Wizard Ogres cast Ruse or something. So they're not all that threatening. So, just like earlier in the game, Ogres are kind of a nice battle to give you a lot of experience in gold without a whole lot of threat. They just kind of attack with their low-ish attack value. So the Wizard Ogre attacks, like, cast Ruse, like, okay, alright. Better than what some of the things down here can do. Like, those red goyles on the first floor so far have been the most threatening battle I've found down here. Those guys that have that, they can cast, I think it's Fire 2, that targets all of your party members. So Sonic-Ku, I'll be doing I'll be going through the volcano in 2 segments here. I'm going to grab all these chests on this floor, and I'm going to come hop back out and heal up and save, and then I'll come down and try to get the rest on my way through. I'm not using maps today, so I may have to be poking around a little bit, but that's okay because this is a chill game. I'm chilling. These guys, I think, have... I can't remember if these guys have the super high physical defense or not. But if they do, the Zeus Gauntlet should do... Okay, these guys do not. Maybe it's the Scum. Maybe it's the ones that are that green color in the Marshcade that have the super high physical absorb. These guys just kind of punch hard. And these guys don't seem to have magic absorb, and they may be weak against lightning. They may be weak against lightning with those kinds of damage rolls. Hard to say. A growling ogre, I like that. Yeah, gosh, I wish I had my... Ooh, and here's a level up. Let me see if that gives him... Okay, so still no level 5 charge. That's too bad. That's too bad. Yeah, that's true. Without the white mage, I can't use the exit spell. I have to rely on warp. Yes, you're right about that. But that's something that, ooh, these guys can be, I think these guys can stone, or they can insta-kill you, maybe. But I used to, Sonic, that used to be a rule for me. I was like, I have to have a white mage because I need to have exit for that last dungeon. But like, you know, you just if you go in, you can die, and then you just have to start over again. You don't usually lose too much time. It does make a few things like this inconvenient, like going down like this. Oh, you think it might not be till I class change that I get the charge? Okay, I'm not sure on that. I didn't. Whoops! I want the item. I hadn't looked up to see what the table was for when they get it, or if it's not till they class change. I wasn't sure if class change affected how many charges you get. I thought it just affected which spells you could learn. Like, I think the red wizard can learn life, but the red mage can't learn life. But I don't know if it does that with the charges. But hopefully we can maybe do that today. If I get through the volcano fairly quickly and the ice cave fairly quickly, I may hop over, excuse me, to do the class change before I cut the stream today. All depends on how much time it takes me to do everything. It does both. Okay, thank you for letting me know that. Then, so I love about streaming and chatting. we can put our experience together. I do have the mechanics guide open here, but I'm hoping not to be using it too much. Let's see if just one attack on that top guy can take care of him. But yeah, I've been very zen about this game recently. Playing through is just like this nice, slow-paced game that you can just kind of enjoy at its own pace. You have to take this game at the speed that it gives you. At the speed that it runs for you. I don't know. You have to just be like a monk playing this game, I think. So I think it gets a lot of hate. People are like, oh, it's broken and it's slow. I'm like, well, it's both of those things, but you gotta play it broken, and you gotta play it slow, and you gotta enjoy it as it is. I don't know. I've been trying to be more positive about everything in my life recently, and that includes slagging old games. Yeah. These guys can be nasty, I think. Squint, there it is. Ooh, good, it missed. Let's see if we can get that Zeus Gauntlet off. Alright, so we're just attacking. Alright. And this should take both of those guys out. Yes. What do they have on Golden Experience? 317. I remember one thing about the big monster table that you got with the game on the NES version. I don't remember if it... Yeah, getting stoned. I don't remember, but I don't think it did. Oop, I should have used the heal staff. Shoot, I was just holding down A. I don't remember, but I don't think it did give you any special abilities that the monsters had. So I remember seeing things like the sorcerers on the monster table that you got. So they only did, like, damage was 1 to 2. Like, they gave you the damage that they did. And I was like, wow, they only do 1 to 2 damage? I want to fight some sorcerers. Because I don't think it said, oh yeah, they do that kind of damage and they will kill you in 1 hit. Yes, they will do that kind of damage and kill you in 1 hit. Just to save myself some trouble, I'm just going to drop the silver helmet. I know it's worth less than the gloves and the cap and stuff. Okay, silver gauntlets and more armor. Yeah, and they both have them, so... Another silver helmet? Yeah, great. Great. And these guys can't equip these, can they? No. I'll wait to drop that in case I need to. This is the treasure booty trove that I wanted to get to. I think there's a trap battle here, yes. And it's a worm? Yes. I remember this from all those years ago. I remember there being a worm right here. I don't remember all that silver silver armor stuff, but I do remember the worm hanging out right here. So after I grab all this stuff, I'm going to head back out of the dungeon, run to town, sell whatever I can afford to get rid of. Stay at the inn, although I haven't really used any spell charges, but I do want to grab some more potions because I see I'm running kind of low on pure potions. So I do want to grab some of those because I forgot to stock up before. All right, money, pure potion. There we go. More of these guys, but mostly just to save this progress. Just so that I don't have to redo any of this stuff. Yes, that's a pretty major limiting factor that you never get the, I like how you call it Cure Light Wounds. That means that you have some D&D experience, and of that I approve very much. Of that I approve very much, that you have some D&D experience that you call it Cure Light Wounds, because that is basically what they are. But it does become a big limiting factor in the game later on when you have 4 party members and you need to try to manage only 99 heal potions. Silver shield. And some money. I think we're okay for shields, are we not? Silver shield, yes. So it'll really just be that silver shield that I need to sell. I'm gonna head out the door here. Oh, I should have forgot that there was a spiked, should have remembered that there's a spiked square there. That's okay. Yeah, it is too bad that they don't give you much more for stronger healing. You have to rely on this stuff like heal staff and heal helmet grinding in the final dungeon there. You go to like the fire floor or the water floor of the final dungeon and just go to an easy enemy and just sit there grinding on the heal helmets. But it's part of this game, you know. You just play it. You got to play it slow. You got to manage those limited resources. And at least the heal potions aren't as random as they are in D&D. You know, in D&D it's like the Cure Light Wounds does the, you know, 1d8 for Cure Light Wounds. And if you have a spellcaster, you get the mod like 1d8 plus 3 or whatever if you have a higher level spellcaster. I think I'm going to use Ice 2 charge here, rather than the the standard Zeus Gauntlet, because I do want to get rid of these guys because they can cast the Fire 2 all-targeting spell. So we'll try to get everybody out of this battle. Ooh, these guys must not be weak to ice. That's kind of sad. I thought they were weak to ice, but they almost look like they resist ice with how little damage that was doing. And see, this is how they can really troll you, is stuff like this. There you go. Let me grab my D&D handbook. So here we are. Here we are in a stream of Final Fantasy saying, "Let me grab my D&D handbook." I love it. I think when I DM for D&D and Pathfinder, I think I have a house rule that lets you roll 2d4 or 2d8 if you want to. I know that's kind of breaking the rules a little bit. I think it's D8 for Cure Light Wounds, but I let them if they want to. Like if they need a more medium roll and they don't want to roll a 1, I'll let them roll 2d4. That gives you the curve, and rather than the straight probability line, you get the probability curve. Because I do like the curves. I actually kind of find the GURPS game system pretty good, where you roll 3d6 instead of a d20, because you get the normalized curve rather than the flat probability. All right, it's not there. Can I get out of this? Can I get out over here? Without my map, I'm going to be doing a little bit of this, digging around. But that's okay. We've got time. We're having fun. We're playing Final Fantasy 1. We're talking D&D. Getting our D&D handbooks, which I love. Alright, I think there's a door down here. Yes. Alright, so now we're heading out. Let me check my health. Health is still okay. Yes, it's 1d8. Tell me, Sonic-Ku, which edition are you checking there? Which edition of D&D do you happen to have in your possession? I have never played. I've only played games in the 3s. In the 3 edition. I played 3 and 3.5, and then I played Pathfinder. 3. Okay. That's okay. At least you have spaces, Sonicu. At least you have spaces at your disposal. unlike I have on the chat thing when I have my WSplit program open. So yes, I've played the 3, 3.5, and then Pathfinder is what they kind of call it, like 3.75, but that's not an official name, but that's what they call Pathfinder. I do kind of prefer, after playing Pathfinder, I do kind of prefer it to the 3. D&D, just because of the combat maneuvers. Make a really slick way to handle things like grapple. And I know they've tried to make grappling a little bit more simple in the 3.5 version, or I think they did. They tried to make grappling rules easier, but in Pathfinder you get combat maneuver. You had a sadistic DM for Pathfinder? Oh, that's too bad. Almost turned your character into a Stalfos because you got lost. Were you playing an Ocarina of Time campaign? Were you in the Lost Woods? Looking for Skull Kids? Did you run into some Skull Kids? Stalfos, I like it. I like it. That does sound like a pretty sadistic DM. But I like it. Not as far as I know, that's okay. Wow. Yeah, I had never played Pathfinder until I came out here to Dublin, and that's what some of the kids in the game club were playing. So we actually weren't using the Pathfinder manual, we were just using open game content stuff. So like have Wizards released all of the D20 system stuff from 3.0 as open gaming content, and that's what Pathfinder was based on. So we just kind of used a stolen, bastardized version of that for our game campaign. All right, so let me just kind of think of what I need to get in town here, so I don't forget anything. I need to get some heal potions. I'll fill up my heal potions. I'll grab some pure potions. I'll sell off that last piece of silver armor, and then I will. Yeah, I think that's it. Because I have a couple of tents. I should have bought more tents last time I was in Corneria, but I'm not going to make the trip all the way to Corneria now for more tents. I think I have a couple of cabins from chests and houses from chests that I don't really need. All right, so let's save up here. And again, I didn't really use a lot of my magic charges, so that's good. And I don't think you can buy tents here. I think you have to go back to Corneria to buy tents, yeah. So I'm going to buy just a bunch of heal potions. And the sound goes off on the emulator when I do this on my end, so I hope that it does so on the stream when I do the fast forward. I hope that the sound goes off so you don't have to listen to the high-pitched screeching. Also, I figured out that I was getting feedback on my microphone because my computer was doing the weird thing where the speakers were still going even while the headphones are plugged in, but I did not realize that was happening. So hopefully that should be better today. I'm going to listen to the VOD of this one to see if that doesn't happen. Yeah, the sound goes away in stream. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, 17 pures is good. All right, so I've got enough of that stuff, so I just need to sell that last shield, and then it's back to the volcano we go. I know I'm playing this pretty cautiously, I should say. Oops, I don't want to buy. I need to sell your silver shield. Yes. So yes, hopefully that problem is solved. Yes, Sonicu, like I mentioned in the chat there with you. Holy cats! I don't want to deal with this at all. Let's see if I can just get out of here, but if one of those guys can get off an all-targeting thing... 9 things that can poison. And it looks like all 9 of them went first, which is great. And now we might still get the run. So we get 2 poisons. That's nice. That's nice. Gee-buzz. Oh, both fighters poisoned. And again, you just gotta roll with that in this game. You just gotta say, ah, yes. 7 got the attacks. Yeah, jeez. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, that's okay. I didn't really lose enough. Not worth it for me for now to go back into the inn. Let's get back to the volcano. So like I was saying, I was watching the, that Blue Marlin, beginning, and you got that 1,200-pound shark. That was a nice piece of luck there at the beginning to get a 1,200-pound shark. Your grind really went well up to that, but then I saw you had a marlin that you got bad luck on that would have been your day winner on day 1. So the bad luck monsters came for you, and they came for you hard. But your grind was great. It was actually really fun to watch, and it really is great to see other players streaming it. So I really was, as much as I love that game, it is fun to watch you play it, and just watch other people play it. Especially now that we kind of know more about it, because I don't know if you've seen many of the YouTube Let's Plays, even a YouTube Let's Play of it that I did. I did a YouTube Let's Play of the Blue Marlin, actually, like last year sometime, and I'm embarrassed by it. I kind of want to take it down, but I'm just going to leave it up. But like, I say a lot of things that are just flat out wrong in my YouTube Let's Play that I did last year. And I do stuff like I fast forward through all the extra grinding because I didn't know how that stuff worked. So like, all these fish that I was trying to reel in and not having any success with them because I wasn't good enough at things, like reeling in larger fish. So the YouTube Let's Play I made of it is awful. And there's a few others that are like that. I just hate to slag other people's efforts, but just not enough was known about the game. So they're all kind of based on misinformation. So it's nice being able to watch someone who has a really good understanding now that we have an understanding of the game, to watch that. So hopefully if more Let's Players get into the game, they can look at some of the things that we've discovered and can make entertaining Blue Marlin content on the internet, because I certainly want to encourage, not discourage, anyone who wants to do stuff for the Blue Marlin to do it. I was chatting, Soniku, have you ever played the game Monster Party? I was watching a Monster Party speedrunner yesterday morning, who is one of the only guys who's running Monster Party, but that was another game I really like. And I was in his chat with just a couple of other people. And we were talking about doing some Monster Party races in the near future. And I kind of had it, I was like, I know someone who likes to do blind races, or semi-blind races. But he was very excited that someone else had played Monster Party and was into it, because I really enjoyed it when I was a kid, even though I didn't have it. You haven't played it, but you've seen it played by Deceased Crab. I don't know Deceased Crab. Is Deceased Crab a speedrunner of the game, or is he a Let's Player, a casual Let's Player? And I don't mean that in a disparaging sense. A lot of speedrunners go like, "Oh, is he a cash? Is he like a casual player?" I don't mean that in a negative sense. I'm just wondering. But the one I was watching, his name is Drixus, is the name he went by. And he's definitely a speedrunner. Okay. He's a YouTube Let's Player? Okay. Yeah, there are, I would say, more Monster Party Let's Plays on YouTube than there are Blue Marlin ones. I would say it's a little bit more well-known in that regard. I think it's down to the right here. I might be totally wrong. Because I'm not using my maps today, I'm just going by guess and by golly. Deceased Crab. Maybe that name sounds familiar to me. I don't know. But it's a crazy game, and it's kind of fun. It's the platforming in it is a little bit floaty, but just a lot of the stuff is just so wacky. It makes it really fun. A lot of the things are really wacky, and it's not too hard. In terms of NES platformers, it's not. It doesn't have super high difficulty spikes. You have a really large health bar, so if you and enemies all have fixed drops. So one of the things you can do in Monster Party, and I have done this many times before when I just would need to play through it on my NES when I was not using emulators, is you can just kind of farm one enemy for health, because you have a super big health bar. So if you have a tough boss and you need to just grind through a tough boss, how we doing on health? We're still above 100. Is it down here? I gotta keep an eye on that, on my health. Yeah, I might use a couple of heal potions because I've got them. And I'm not as confident that I know my way around. And you can always run into something nasty down here. Because I think I've got the Red Dragon battle for the flame armor. And I think, is there a flame sword down here too somewhere? I gotta make sure I don't miss that, because I think there's a flame sword down here. Or is it weird, like is it another ice sword? I don't know. I'll find what I find, I guess. We're level 15. Oh, and NES is level 15. How are we doing? Ooh, there's that. There is a level 5 charge at level 15. Nice. So when we head back, I guess I should have looked at that before I came back to the volcano. I should have looked to see how close I was. Is it down here? I might be totally crazy. There it is. Okay. Okay. I think I'm on the right track for the stuff I need. There's some spiked squares, I think, with some of the gray worms and the fires. Yes. Yeah, well, I wasn't sure either, Sonicu, so I'm glad he can, though. I'm glad he can, so when we come back, before we go down to the ice cave, I'll have to pick up some level 5 magic. I can't even remember now. I think it's back in Melmond is the level 5 stuff. So I think I'll have to make a trip back there. And I can't remember now what stuff is level 5, which spells are level 5. Money. That's good. Red Hydras, I can take these battles. I'm alright with these battles. Oh, I should have sold that extra weapon there, that extra silver knife. Not that money is really an issue at this point in the game. Yeah, I thought Melmond was 5. So it'll be a little bit before I get level 6 stuff. And there's he's trailing behind from... Is that from Astos still? I think he's still behind from Astos. Alright. Okay. Now, I think the stairs are down, but is there treasure over here? Yes. Okay. Nice. Nice. Alright. There's almost sure to be spiked squares as we come into these, so I'm going to get my health up a little bit. There's the ice sword. Okay, so it's another ice sword, because I have an ice sword from... Alright. And I don't... Is the giant sword better than the silver sword? I don't think it is. Let me look. Okay, so 3450. I don't think it's better than the silver sword. 3255. Okay, so a little bit more hit percent, but not enough to put him over another one. So I'm gonna go back to the silver sword. Okay, yeah. And this is a spike square. Yeah, well, version died earlier, I think, to something. Version died to something random. It wasn't, I don't think it was a boss, or maybe it was the wizards or something. But I think is the one that got knocked out by Astos, if I remember. Sorry, I'm coughing. I hope that's not too distracting into the microphone. It's all right, flame shield. I'm just gonna drop the silver shield. Oops. There we go. Alright. So this is that's the room I was needing. Ooh, and these guys can do the cremate ability, or that whatever all targeting fire thing. It's not fire 2, it's one of those ones that's an ability. I think it's called cremate. Let's see if they do it. Yeah, the flashing from the damage tiles. Yeah, that's quite distracting, I know. Well, good. I'm glad the coughing's not too bad. I kind of considered not doing it, but I was like, you know, I do need to make that progress and keep the momentum up. What I've been really waiting to do is, in real life, I'm trying to make a, I recorded an interview for a podcast that I'm doing, and I edited the interview, and it's ready to publish, but I need to record the intro and the summary part. But I can't do that with my voice sounding like this. I don't want to record that and release it as a podcast with my voice sounding like this, where I'm like sounding like I'm on the edge of coughing, like trying to hold back a cough. I think I've already gotten these. No, okay. Wow, that's a nice little sum there. So then this, is this not the way I came? Oh, Scorch. It's not cremate, it's Scorch. Okay. I think there is one called cremate. But this one is Scorch. So yeah, I've been waiting to do that podcast, but I can't do it with my voice sounding like this. So, oh well. I don't really have a deadline on it, so, okay. So I grabbed all of these. No, I didn't grab all these. Okay. So now I think I can head down safely. I gotta just keep an eye on health. 134. It's not too bad on my last position character. Not too bad. Alright, bulls. These guys aren't too bad as long as they just punch my frontline party members. And I think if I get good hits, I can't remember exactly how much these guys have, but if I get good hits from my fighters, they should be able to take out the front two when combined with the Zeus Gauntlet. Again, if I get good damage rolls. Got a great damage roll on the second bull there from the Zeus. Okay, good. Got that one. Got that one. Good. That went exactly as I hoped. So this is going a lot more smoothly actually than I could have hoped. I made it through the first part without any problems, and I probably didn't even have to go back to town. I had already planned on going back to town, so I just did it anyway. But I probably didn't need to. But I don't know. You can never be too safe in this game, I guess, the way it goes. All right. And oh yeah, this is the Agama that the speedrunners use to grind. I think there's Agamas in front of both of these chests, and the speedrunners use it to grind because you can just go between the two spike squares. If I remember this correctly, you can go between the two spike squares without increasing your step counter, because when you step on a spiked square, it doesn't count. Wooden stab, isn't that nice? Yes. So when you, if I understand this correctly, when you step on a spiked square, it does not increase your step counter. So in the speed run, when they have a very careful step counter, they get to this section and they grind on these Agamas, using the heal staff to restore their damage. All without increasing their step count, because if you're just walking around getting in random battles, you're increasing the step count. Okay, so we're already on the last floor. So the flame armor is over here, and it's protected by the red dragon. And I think I have Aether, so I'm going to cast Aether when we get to the red dragon, and I'm going to heal up the guys even more before we fight the red D. But let's get over there first. Because that's the flame armor, and that's the good stuff. That's what I want. That's the good stuff. After the volcano, I might take a short break just to make myself some more tea. I might just take a minute to go get some more tea, because I would still like to do the ice cave. But I feel like my voice is, I need something warm to help with my voice. It's also kind of a cold day here in Ireland. It's a little chilly in our place. I don't know what it's like where you are, Sonicu. I don't know what the weather is like. But it's a little bit chilly where I am. Alright, so another Agama. So we're getting ready for the red dragon, and this one, it could be threatening. I may pull up the stats for the red dragon. I may take a look at the stats for the dragon. Yeah, in fact, I definitely will do that. Let me make sure who has Aether. I think, is it just this last guy? Okay, so I think, yeah, it is. So it is just the last guy. It's a little cold for where you are. It would be nice. Well, Ireland's not. It's right around the freezing point. It's around 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. Okay, yeah. So it's 2 or 3 degrees C where I am right now, which is like 5 or 36 F. So I'll turn on the mechanics thing just so you can see what I'm looking at. And is it red dragon or red D? There we go. It is red D. Okay. Here we go. So 248, and they have Blaze. Yeah, so they'll have looks like a 50-50 chance of doing Blaze. Who's weak against ice. Okay, so he has 248. Pretty good attack value. 75 attack value. So he can really punch hard if he chooses to punch, and then of course there's the Blaze attack. So I'm going to try to cast Aether and get and get that off if I can. Let's see, and you don't have Aether, right? Right. So it's just going to be I'll just do Ice 2. Yeah, I'll do Ice 2. I would consider maybe using Fast, but We'll see. Alright, Aether got off, so this battle won't be so bad. Even if it uses Scorch, it shouldn't be too bad. Or Blaze, I'm sorry, not Scorch, Blaze. But that damage has been quartered now because of Aether. So the timing was really great for that. That battle went really, really smoothly. That battle went really nice. There's the flame armor. Let me get that set. Okay, and I'm dropping the silver armor. Okay, because I'm going to be using. Yeah, sorry, wrong button press. Oh, this is a spiked square with an Agama, huh? I didn't realize that was a spiked square. So if I wanted to, I could grind on this. I could grind my health all the way back up with the heal staff. I'm not going to. But if I wasn't on stream, I might just save some heal potions and get a bunch of extra experience by grinding the heal staff. Now, I don't have an ice shield. I thought that I would have an ice shield by now. Maybe that's in the ice cave. That's not in the Castle of Ordeals. Alright, so Carrie's down here. And I will pull up Carrie's stats also. Because I don't think there's anything else on this floor. I think everything else is, I think I've got everything I need to in the volcano here. I think I've got everything I need. And that I'm glad that Red Dragon battle went as good as it did. Because it could have gone much worse had it gotten the this blaze attack off before Aether went. Could have been pretty ugly. Could have lost one or more mages, which would have really made Carrie tough. I would have still probably tried Carrie, but that would have made her pretty tough with just a couple of fighters who couldn't be fasted. But as it is, I'll be able to fast both of the fighters. There we go. And I think you have to talk to the thing. So I'm going to pull up Carrie's stats. Again, forgive me while I take a look at this. Yeah, Merilith in the newer translations, which I haven't played, but I need to sometime. She has 600 hit points, which is a pretty good chunk. She can do 6 hits, which is a lot. That's pretty threatening. She can do a lot of hits. So that's pretty nasty. She resists fire, ice, and lightning. So she resists all elemental magic. So it's really going to be I just need to get Aether off, and then I just need to fast those attackers and just go at her as much as I can. That's all it's going to be. I need to get Aether off because she has Fire 2, Darkness, Hold, Fire 2, Hold. So I need to hope she does those magical attacks. And I need to heal everyone up. Whoops, not a tense. It's gonna take a bit. Yeah, she's weak to status emblems. Yeah, so in this game, weirdly, status is an element, and I'm not fully sure how it all works. But yeah, status is an element. So like Poison Stone is one element, and then status is an element. That just must have been a way they could get around coding things. So like when you, like those sorcerers that attack you and kill you, or like the undead that attack you and paralyze you, that goes under that weird status element. So like those are actually, they're not status attacks as a different thing. It's like they have a status element that applies the paralyzed thing. So that's why the ribbon just makes you resist the status element. So all of those status attacks are all blocked. It's really weird how that works. Okay, I'm ready, I think. I'm ready for Carrie. Let's do it. Let's do this. The Tinder that defeated the Fiend of the Earth. Yes, that is us. She will show us the force of fire with a capital F, and we shall burn in its flames. Yes, we will, Carrie. Let's see. Let's do it. So, yeah, you're just going to be casting fast. And you need to cast Aether this round, and let's hope we get it off. Let's hope we get Aether off. That's a great way to start this battle. A critical hit, not the fasted crit, which would have been nice. But we get a nice damage. Both fighters go. Okay, so we got Aether off and one fast. Okay, so look at that. Fire 2's not doing very much at all. That Fire 2's not doing much at all. So you're good. You're good. Cast fast on you, and I guess just cast fast on each other. Whoa, 178. See, she can really hit hard. She can really hit hard. I may have to cast a Cure 2. There we go. 6 hits, 123. So yeah, you've been fasted, so I'm just gonna have you. Oh shoot. He doesn't have Cure 2 because he has Aether, so I'll have you do Cure 2 on him. And I'll just have you just fast yourself, I guess. Because I would like everyone to survive to get the experience here. So the Cure 2 should help. Yeah, that'll help bring him back up. And now we're all fasted. So now we just gotta attack, attack, attack. But she should be dead in a few more hits. There it is. Carries down. Carries down. Look at that. Not a whole lot of experience, but 3,000 gold. Which, whatever on gold, right? Whatever on gold. Cool! We're out of the volcano. We're out of the volcano. That's nice, that's nice. Alright, so I'm gonna use a tent because I am gonna have to go to Canaria before we go to the ice cave. So I'm gonna take just a little. I'm gonna take a break here, just a couple of minutes, maybe not even a couple of minutes. So I'm gonna leave the world map music playing, but I will be right back. I should just put a little BRB note up. I don't think I have a BRB note, but I should put one of those up. But I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, I'm back. I got the water boiling for my tea. Yeah, you have a separate scene for You're Away. I know, I need to make one of those. I need to do that. It will only take me like 5 seconds to do that, but I have yet to do that. I've also noticed, Soniku, you have you have some music that plays on your Away screen, or you use some music. Does that get you muted on Twitch? Or is that license-free music that you can play without Twitch muting problems? I was curious about that the other day when you went to an Away screen and played some music. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciated getting to hear it. It was cool. But yeah, I just didn't know if you ever got the mute hammer. So I'll have to go get some level 5 magic spells. That'll be kind of expensive and a bit time consuming because I'll have to go back to Melmond. I'm going to buy some more tents at Canaria and stock up on heal potions again. And then we'll be ready for the ice cave. Which, if it goes as smoothly as the volcano did, which there's no guarantee of that. Okay, yeah, no problem. No problem, friend. Get yourself some food. Relax. We're just chilling today. Nothing serious today. I wouldn't be able to focus for anything too serious today. I'll have to make that a priority after I'm done today. I gotta make an away screen. Gotta make it good. Gotta make a good away screen. Alright, I just need to get over here. I can't wait to get this airship so I don't have to worry about traveling around the world map to every dungeon. But at least we get everybody to level 16 now before we hit the inn. At least there's that. Because these river monsters just get, I don't know, I get really sick of these river monsters. Seems like they don't give you a whole lot of reward for what you have to do to beat them. I'm just going to use my high level stuff. Especially as the game goes on, these river monsters just get kind of irritating. It's like 300 experience and 100 gold, you know. Not amazing. Not amazing. Alright, I'm just going to pop to the inn in here, and then I'll head over to Melmond and get my spells. Yeah. That's what I need to do. And then before we go to the ice cave, I'll put the eye boss on the next one, but I'm going to celebrate my defeat of Carrie here. Monster strike first on Troll Bull combo. That's okay. That's not too bad. Yeah, I think... Ooh, so we have two charges there now. I'll just use Fire 2 on these guys. So I've got the charges, and I'm heading to another town. We'll be heading to Coneria anyway, before we make our attempt at the ice cave. I'm just going to buy a bunch of tents. Hopefully enough for the rest of the game-ish. Let's fight this quick. Alright, do not poison me, please, Peeds. Peeds, please. Peeds, please. I don't know if I can do enough damage here. So I got pretty good carry fight and a really good red D fight, because I had good luck with the Aether. Because Carrie did cast Fire 2 there in the battle. But I got Aether off, and I got Fast off quickly on everybody. I don't even think... I fasted the whole team. But I don't think they all got a chance to attack. I think my red mages... Oops, I'm going to have you use the gauntlet again. And back. Welcome back, Soniku. I hope you found something delicious and nutritious to eat. For... breakfast, I assume? Whatever your schedule is, I hope you enjoyed the meal that you're having. I would guess it's morning where you are, but I don't know what your schedule is like. Maybe you've been up all night and this is dinner for you. I don't know. I used to work nights, so I know what that feels like. Chex cereal. Oh man. I miss Chex cereal. I miss Chex cereal. Mostly just the idea of having Chex cereal, knowing that I could have Chex cereal. I didn't have it all that often, but you can't find it in the grocery store here. There are things kind of like it, but a lot of it's just not the same. And again, these guys, I'm glad to be getting the airship soon when you don't have to worry about fighting stuff like this in the ocean. So I think Fire 3 is level 5. I don't know what else is. I need to take a peek at that. I may have to look up the spells on my mechanics guide to kind of plan out what I need, because I didn't think about that before I started the stream today. I don't know if any of the level 5 spells are the broken ones, so I'll look in both of the shops here and see before I kind of decide what I want to do. Tier 3, okay, life. If I can learn life, I'll definitely go for life. If I can learn it. Let's see if Okay, he can't learn it, so it must be only the... Because I think red wizards can learn life, but red mages must not be able to. Unless I'm wrong about that, maybe it's only white that can learn those. Because Fire 3 is here, yeah. Alright, so Fire 3 and Warp I want. Yes. For both of them, yes. And I'll get Warp for... Oh, can't learn this one. Okay, so Fire 3 looks like that's what I've got for now. Red wizards can learn life. Okay. Alright, so I guess I'll wait then. I'll just get Fire 3, and I'll wait. And I'll wait to get life and warp if I can get warp too, which I'm pretty sure you can get warp. So I'll wait till class change, but at least I've got Fire 2s for everybody. Or Fire 3s. So now I just need some tents from Caneria, and then we'll be ready for our ice cave. So it'll be kind of tough going through the ice cave without the life spell. Not everybody might survive. I might have to backtrack or take a party wipe. And actually, it might be faster if I get a couple floors in. Can you get Cure 3? Yeah, I might do that later. I might think about who I want to get Cure 3, but the real threats in the ice cave are not enemies that can do massive damage to you. It's the ones that I'm just going to recharge my heal potions here. It's the ones that have the instant kill attacks. Alright, let's see. Okay, got my heal potion set. Now I just need to buy a bunch of tents. I just want enough tents to be able to save for the rest of the game. Maybe combine, excuse me, with houses later on. Do the house to restore the spell charges, and then tent to save the spell charges. And then I think I have to approach the ice cave from the ship, from the ship's canoe. Or maybe I can get there from Provoca. Let me take a look at the world map once we get out there. And I'll get a couple more Pures while I'm in here, because I used just a couple of them there. Running into those 9 snakes and scorpions was not much fun for me. Alright, how am I doing on this stuff? 20 Pures, 14 Tents, that's good for now. That's good for 99 heals. How am I doing on armor? Do I have an... Yeah, I have an open armor spot. So I can at least pick up the pieces of armor that I need. Alright. Oops. So let me take a look at where the ice cave is. Sorry about this sound, by the way, too. I know that sounds quite irritating. So you have to get to the ice cave. Maybe you can get there from Provoca. I'm gonna try. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try to get there through the rivers from Provoca. Hey, he ran away. Look at that. I can't remember. Do I get experience? Look at that. I get one experience and 0 gold. I need to get a screenshot of that. Yeah, not as irritating as the Plink from Blue Marlin. That is unfortunate that they had to represent the line tension with an audio cue. That is too bad that that's what they needed to do there. But I can understand why they made that choice in the Blue Marlin. It's not great, but they you know, I don't know what else. Like they could have had some other visual meter, I guess. But the screen, they may not have had the capabilities to do that with the limitations of what the screen could show. I'm just going to try to get out of all these, because these aren't worth these aren't worth anything. So yeah, the Blue Marlin having to have the tink-tink sound. Okay, yeah, so I think you can... Yeah, I think this will get me to the ice cave. I'll just have to remember that the ship is up, that the ship is parked up by Provoca. See if I can just get out of these. Just to make it a little bit faster. Alright. I might be doing several map checks here, because I know it's I know it's tricky. Can I head up? Yeah, I guess they could have put a stress bar next to the reel for your line tension. There could have been something like that. That's what I'm just wondering though if there was system limitations to that. I don't know enough about NES programming. But they could have had a stress bar next to the reel, and that would have been a little bit more clear. I guess they could have done kind of like they did with hook strength, where you don't see the gradations between the crisis levels. You just kind of see it's on crisis level 0, 1, or 2. But you can't see exactly where it is, because part of the challenge of that reeling in those big ones is knowing just exactly how much your line can take. You know, by getting a feel for it and pulling them in and getting them to come in just as your line's about to snap, pulling the fish in. All right, is this it? So yeah, as irritating as that is, and it is too bad that it cuts out a channel of that wonderful music, especially that shark music. That shark music is so great, and it's so hard to lose a channel on that. When you've got one of those big sharks, it's all you can do. Alright, yeah, this is it. We found the ice cave. This is, you know, I always had a hard time finding level 2 in the first Zelda game. Yeah, no, you're right. It could be a color that just... Right. That would be how they could handle that. Rather than showing you exactly where it is, they could just say it's on stress level 0, 1, or 2. Yes, green, yellow, red. That would be something they could do. Must have just been a editorial choice. Those guys from Hot B Japan must have just been like, yeah, go with that. Go with that. Let's do that. Alright. And I think we're set for everything we need. And this has that awesome music. Oh, I need to change my boss to the eye. There we go. Just so that everyone knows what we're fighting next. I really like the next boss thing on the stream layout. I think I'm going to use that for when I do the Fiesta again this summer. I'm going to make a stream layout that has the next target on the stream layout. So it'll be kind of like putting up a timer with splits, but instead of timed splits, you just kind of get landmarks of the game. I like that. I like playing around with the sprites. Maybe I'll still use the ghoul, and I'll still call it ghoul overs for FF5. But I do like the next boss and having the sprite there, especially for people who know the game. They can look at that sprite and they know exactly what it is. Even though, I mean, you can obviously tell I'm in the ice cave too. You go, oh, he's gonna have to fight the eye at the bottom of this thing. Wizard, not so bad. Now, unless they really smack my my last position characters, but they shouldn't be too bad. Wow, low damage. Wow, really low damage on that one. A lot of these guys are going to survive this, which is too bad. But they should die to one more hit from anything. These two guys. And, okay, good, they didn't do too much, because they can really punch your mages for a lot. So, glad we're okay there. And there's not anything more... Yeah. Those are the stairs that you need to exit out, I think, at the end of the dungeon. This one's a big square, I think. I don't think there's any treasures in on this floor. It's just a big square, if I remember correctly. But it's been a little while. So far, good luck on the encounters. Not a lot of damage. And I've always got my fire 3s for some of these undead encounters if I need them. And we're going to be hearing a lot of the heal staff healing, but that's just part of the deal. And I'll pull up the eye stats when we get down there. I'll take a look at that. So I think the eye has like a 2/3 chance of doing what the XXX. Ooh, this one could be nasty. This could be nasty. Let me do fire 2s for this one. As much as I hate to be burning spell charges this early, let's do fire 2s. Hello, Ark. Welcome. I just I took down the I took down the volcano, and I'm just now entering the ice cave, as you can see. As you can say when you say, "Oh God, this place." Yes. So I'm just going into the ice cave. So wish me luck on this. Yeah, Ark, it was pretty legendary. We crossed a new level of nerdness, at least on my stream, of going to get a D&D manual to double check on a dice roll. I loved it. I very strongly approved of going to get your D&D manual. Sorcerers! Let's see if we can get a quick run out of here, baby. Here we go. Nice! Second position character. Got the turn. So on we get to go. Let's see. So this is the room. I think... Alright, I get the strike first here. You know what? I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm just going to take the run. I'm just going to take the run and get out of here. I think there's a really crappy piece of armor up here. I think there's a really crappy one. Ooh, mage. Wow, the rub missed. 2 rubs missed. Look at that. I'm going to try to get out of here. Can I get out of here? Nice. Nice. Yes, look at that. Cloth armor. I thought there was something crappy here. Okay, so you've never done the, the tabletops. That is okay. Yes, cloth armor was not worth the risk of fighting those mages. So yeah, that's okay, Ark. They are quite fun, though. I would highly recommend if you care to try them sometime. All right, flame sword, very good. I thought there was something else good down here. Let me take a look at... I'm going to pull up the mechanics guide, and I'm going to look up the flame and ice swords to see what's better. Give me just a sec, sorry. I'm just going to take a look at the status of both of them. So flame sword is... Or is this is shield, isn't it? Yes, there we go. Alright, so ice sword is actually a little bit better for both. Ice sword's a little bit better for both, so I will put the flame sword on one of my red mages. Ark, yeah, it's kind of accepted that this party is the strongest kind of party you can have in this game. There we go. It's kind of generally accepted that this is what it is. Alright, so here we go. Not too bad this is a fixed battle right here. Not too bad an alignment, though. So I don't even think I'll need to use one of my spell charges. But yeah, this party is generally considered the easiest party to make it through the game with. Because you have so much damage potential and damage absorption from the fighters. The red mages, have a couple of limitations, but they are so versatile as to make it really worth it to use them. I'm going to use a Fire 2 since my the one I was going to have cast Fire 2 got paralyzed, unluckily. Unlucky. Yes, and Ark, and I'm sure you can probably tell I'm quite ill today. I was thinking about not streaming, but I had kind of set a goal for myself. It's like I need to get a stream going sometime this week. Not that way. Are there some treasures down in this room? So I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna just deal with the sickness. Anyone who tunes in, and I was hoping to get a chance to chat with you guys. If they tune in, they're just gonna have to deal with my sickness. Yeah, I'll do the heal staff again. I just hope to not get that guy paralyzed. The one who's gonna use the Zeus Gauntlet paralyzed. And sure enough, he got paralyzed. Oh, you're feeling ill too? I'm very sorry that you're not feeling well. That's too bad. It's not fun for anyone to be sick ever, so I understand. I found something really strange in the mechanics guide when I was reading about damage rolls. So apparently when a character is asleep or paralyzed, whether it's an enemy or your party, the attack value is multiplied by 5/4. So you do a little bit more damage to a character that's paralyzed or asleep. Now, of course, that makes sense. But I thought it was just very strange that 5/4 was the value of it. Wow. 3 guys paralyzed, but 1 got away anyway. Look at that. 3 characters got paralyzed, but we made it. Wow. 6 chests here. Let me check my hit points, because they're almost sure to be trapped squares somewhere in here. Probably should have just saved some steps by going through this way to start. Probably should have done that. Alright, Frost Wolves. Chance to strike first. Dragon Quest 1 has guaranteed escape if target's asleep. Okay. See, it inherently makes sense that you would do more damage if a target's paralyzed or asleep. Like that of course makes sense, but it's strange that it's 5/4 and not something like, 1.5 times damage. It seems like a weird number to go by. Oh yeah, I guess I don't know. In Dragon Quest 1, I guess the Dragon Lord. Maybe if you could find a way to do that. I don't know. I don't know how good they were, how diligent they were about coding boss flags in Dragon Quest 1. It's pretty simple game. Man, these guys are really punching hard. I need to pay a little more attention to what I'm doing here. I'm having so much fun chatting about everything. Alright. Heal potion. That's nice. Yuck. I don't like this. I don't like this, and I'm actually running kind of low on spell charges. So I'll see if I can get an easy run. Good, there's a quick run. That's actually what I preferred. I had him target the fire too, just in case I couldn't get a quick run. Nice chunk of money right there. Okay, so in early Dragon Quest games, they did not put complete immunity in anything, huh? That's interesting. Alright, wizards can't run from this one, but these guys aren't so bad. Especially with the Zeus Gauntlet and the heal staff. Unless I spoke too soon. So I'm drinking some hot tea. It's kind of helping my throat a little bit and my cough. There we go. Good rolls. Good damage rolls now. Come on. There we go. Could have used a little bit better damage roll than that. So, yeah, if things keep going the way they're going, I should be able to finish the Ice Cave and do the class change this stream. And then I'll probably call it a stream for the day. Because it's getting around an hour 20 I'm getting close to on total stream time. But I'm running a little bit low on vocal power. So I think Volcano and Ice Cave is a pretty good goal. I know the last time I did the very short stream, I just did the Castle of Ordeals. That was kind of pretty short for a stream, and I apologize for that. I just didn't have much time. I just wanted to knock some out quick, just where I can get the ice shield. Yes, there's the ice shield that I was that I was looking for. Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna put the flame shield on you. Gonna drop this silver shield, and we'll move the ice shield up, so he should have protection from flame and ice. Right there. So item use in Origins is not limited to who has the item in the inventory. Oh, really? And Dawn of Souls the same. So anyone could use the mage staff or any of those things. So it's more like Final Fantasy V on that. You have an inventory with everything, and anyone could use it. That would be nice. That would be nice. All right. All right, and here's the eye and the floater. So I'm gonna pull up the eye's stuff because I just want to double check his routine. There we go. Okay. Oh no, not odd eye. I want the eye. Big eye, deep eyes, big eye. Okay. Evil eye. They called this evil eye in the later ones, huh? Alright, so... Yes, totally not Beholder. Totally not Beholder. It was amazing watching the Sula stream of this when he showed us what the Japanese sprite for the eye looked like. Alright, so he has a 2/3 chance, it looks like, to do XXXX on his first. And if he doesn't do XXXX, he'll use Glance. So either way, it's highly likely that somebody in my party is going to get stoned or killed on the first round. And it looks like all I need to do is just get damage dealt on him as quickly as I can. Just get as much damage on him as I can. So I might just try fasting the fighters. To see if I can get a fast to hit somebody. Because it's possible with one more attack we might get him. Yes, there we go. Look at that, no fasts needed. Yeah, the Famicom sprite was great. Sonicu, I don't know if you've seen it, but I would highly recommend looking it up. There's a nice eye gold. But yes, he totally looks like a Beholder. Alright, so I got my floater. Yeah, that crit, that was great. That was great. So now we just walk on out of here. And I can go ahead and... I want to use Fire 3. Oh, you know what? I will do the Zeus Gauntlet and this Fire 3. Because if this doesn't take them all out, the Zeus Gauntlet will. That was actually a great eye battle, and a lot of people use the eye to grind for experience, but I would only do that if I was using save states. Because that would be a little bit too risky, because he can just kill your characters. You have to come back down when you have ribbons on people, which I would not care for that so much. Let's see, is it down here? Ooh, the mages. These guys can rub. So I hope I don't get troll luck on these mages. There we go. Got out of here. Those guys have the same sprite as Astos, which I think is kind of cool. They're fighter and mages in this game that have the same sprite as Astos. Ah, there we go. We have a link. We have a link. Thank you, Ark, for linking that sprite. I'll just use Fire 2. I'm not going to open the link now because my computer would really bog down. My stream would bog down if I tried to open the link there. So it's definitely a Beholder in the Famicom, which is just hilarious that that's what they went with. Yep, that's a Beholder, all right. Not to make a Diablo reference, but there we go. So they made it a little bit less. Oh, you know what? I didn't. Thank you. It happened so quickly. Thank you, Sonicu. I forgot to X out my boss. I need to be better about that. It took me too long to X out Carrie, and now it's taken me too long to X out the eye. Alright, I think those are the steps right there. Ooh! Here's a fun battle. Not what I want to deal with. Let's see if we can get our big attacks off here. There we go. This should take care of most everything. Boy, I would hate to get super trolled on my way out of the ice cave. That would be so terrible to get mega trolled like that. Alright, cool. So the ice cave, knock on wood, till I get out of the stairs. There we go, not too bad. Not too bad. Cool. so now I'm gonna head, gotta get my ship back at Provoca, and then I'll head down and get the airship, and I will go ahead and do the class change. I'll take care of that piece of errand. It's true, man. It's true. People do. It's like, you gotta save those all-targeting spells for those big, dangerous random battles. Especially if you have access to fast, you know, like, casting those big spells on bosses just is not worth it. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot he has a flame sword. That's a cool sprite on the flame sword. Of course we get poisoned, thank you. There's like stuff like cockatrices and those groups of undead. It's rigging how that's the case. I don't know if that's what the designers had in mind, but that's definitely the optimal way to play. Is just you gotta save those big spells. Like fast only. Yeah, no, I know. You got to. Do you still have to do that in later versions? Is it still generally better to do that, to save your big spells for big, dangerous random battles, or has that been smoothed out a little bit more? I do still need to play those Dawn of Souls versions and that, and the Origins version. But I'm not... HC Bailey got wiped to petrify. Yeah, they can do it, man. So still the case in Origins. Okay, so Dawn of Souls you have MP, so it's not quite as much of a big deal in Dawn of Souls then. Alright, I guess, yeah, Ice 2, just so I can clear these guys out more quickly. So Dawn of Souls you have MP, so you wouldn't have to worry about saving spell charges, but Origins it still would be. Okay. When I get back and have access to my PlayStation again, I should buy a Dawn of Souls copy. Because I would like to get a streaming setup with my console someday when I'm back in a place where I have my consoles. Because right now I'm living without them. They're in storage for the time being. But someday I would like to get a setup on my consoles. Because I would like to get into Resident Evil playing on stream. I really had a lot of fun with the classic RE games. Okay, you still have spell levels. Yeah, Dawn of Souls is GBA. I knew that one. And that Origins is PlayStation 1. Is that correct? Do I have that right? Origins is PS1. But okay, you have spell levels, but not the spell charges. Got it. Yeah, it's just an exciting time in video games for me, because I've got this stream project going, this Final Fantasy 1, yeah, Origins PS1. So I need to get a copy of Origins for PS1, because this one I just skipped during the PS1 days, because I still had my NES and still had it hooked up to the same TV that my PS1 was when I was a kid. So I didn't feel the need to buy that one. I did buy Final Fantasy Anthology with Final Fantasy 5 and 6, and I hated the loading times on it. I loved Final Fantasy 5 and 6, but by that time I had started emulating things. Oh, Origins was taken from the WonderSwan. I remember reading about the WonderSwan version in the early days of the internet. I was going to Final Fantasy 1 fan sites in the early days of my dial-up internet. It was probably a GeoCities page or an Angel Fire site that I was reading about the WonderSwan version. People were like, Final Fantasy 1 being remade. And I remember some really low-quality screenshots. Yeah, and even at the time, I didn't know what a WonderSwan was. It's like, what is a WonderSwan? And the way it was described didn't really tell you what a WonderSwan was, so I just kind of gleaned as like, seems like it's some kind of portable gaming system. Yeah, that old dial-up, man. That old 56K dial-up, and I don't know what our dial-up speed was when we started. We may have started our internet in the old 28K days, but some people had the 14K dial-up. Maybe that was a little older than my time for it. Okay, so where am I going? I got to go down to that desert. So I think I need to go out of the inner sea here, and yeah. and then just head around the continent to that desert. All right. About to say goodbye to the ship. And then after the stream today, I'll do my class change, and after the stream today, I will kind of make a plan for what I'll do next. I need to figure out which spells I want to buy for the Red Wizards for each one, and then I'll figure out the order that I want to do the next dungeons. See if I want to do the waterfall or what next. Because I want to get the ribbon if I can. I need to look up and see what's where. So I won't be streaming any more of that today because I do need to do some looking ahead on that. So yeah, we're about to reach the part of the game where the guide that came with the manual leaves you off. It gets you to the airship, and then I think it says something like, just enjoy the rest of the game, because I'm just going to try to clear these guys out. Okay, so the WonderSwan is uglier and worse sounding than Origins. Okay, uglier and worse sounding. I guess it's not surprising given that the WonderSwan was kind of seems to me like it was a cheap portable system rather than a PS1. Ooh! So I'm getting close to level 17, so maybe I'll do that. Yeah. So maybe before next stream, yeah, the manual was nice. The manual was great. Yeah, I remember the manual saying that you class changed. And I remember like dreaming. I was like salivating, like, wow, I can't wait till I can make my guys knights and like white wizards. Holy cow! Like they must be really awesome then. But yeah, it was all a mystery. So I mean, it was really cool because it did keep you intrigued as a kid. But if you didn't buy the Nintendo Power full strategy guide, then you'd have to just figure it out on your own. And I would not have been able to. Would have been tough for me. Young man that I was, playing my first RPG as I was. Alright, here's the desert. So I'll go ahead and head over to the Cardia Islands. Gross. Gross. Whatever hits first. I'd like to just run. Right, Japan, you're right, Japan did not trust we Americans. Let's see, so let's use the floater. We have ourselves an airship. A mysterious rock is what the floater is. Cool. Yeah, and Ark, as Ark just informed me, a lot of these games didn't come to Europe, so they must have had even less trust in the Europeans. So Ark, the Japanese really didn't care so much for our European friends, as much as they didn't seem to think Americans could handle it. They thought, oh, those people in Europe, don't worry about them. Let me see where the islands are, so I'm not driving around forever. I think there are those islands between the continents here. So I gotta head southwest. There's the Castle of Ordeals. Okay, so here's the islands, and I'm never sure which one is which, so I might be poking around a lot of these caves. And I need to sometime I need to explore Mystic Quest because I do not know Mystic Quest. I sadly do not. I mean I know of it. I know what it is, but I have never played it, and I know that's a shame. And I knew kids who had it, but I don't think even in that time I don't think I ever saw it. Yeah, these dragons play some pretty good stuff. All right, so I need to check out the soundtrack then maybe. I'll just fire up the soundtrack sometime when I'm doing work around the house. A lot of money down here in the Cardia Islands. I'll be able to buy that bottle, no problem. So I'm just going to work my way kind of systematically through these caves. Ooh, I don't know much about these enemies, but we'll see what we can do. Well, I know that they die to a critical hit from the fighters, so that's one thing to know about them. Alright, cool. Does that get everybody to level 17? No, okay, so is probably one more battle from 17, because he's just a tiny bit behind version. Alright, so nothing in here. I know some of these have nothing in them. So I don't know if this was part of the exploration of this, so you're exploring this whole civilization. Wow, so a game over, you can rewind to the start of the battle in the game over. So they let you cast the reset spell. They let you cast the reset spell. Okay. Well, so, you know, in Pokemon, they'll tell you spells are super effective or not very effective. So that trend at least continued that far. Okay, so here's our level up. So what do these guys say? Yeah, Bahamut. This is Bahamut's room. I like their dialogue. I'm gonna get some screenshots of the dialogue here. And of course, I grabbed the rat tail a long time ago. So here we go. And we get to restart with fresh sprites. And look at that. Look at that. We got our knights. We got our red wizards. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I'm going to finish clearing out the Cardia Islands here, and then I'm going to cut the stream off for today there, friends. So sometime I do need to check out at least the soundtrack for Mystic Quest, and maybe I will, I'll give it a play. Although I've just got so many video games on my list of things to play right now, and not enough time. But that's the case for everybody, I know. For all video game fans, it's like so many games, so little time. The puzzles are nice in Mystic Quest. I'm playing Lufia 2 casually, so there's some very interesting puzzles in that game. I'm not streaming Lufia 2 because I would be very embarrassed at not being able to figure out a number of the puzzles in Lufia 2. I've needed to look up guides to figure them out. Although years ago, if I was playing it on my Super NES, I would have had to just pound my head until I figured them out. But regular Hydras, this is kind of an outdated battle for where I am in the game. I believe. See if I can just attack and get these guys out of here. So I'm going to check the last couple of caves, because I think there's a couple more big treasure rooms here. Okay, I'll check that link when I'm finishing up here, Ark. Thank you for linking that. Okay, there we go. There's the level 17. So that actually works out perfect. Yes, I will check out that... Excuse me. Pardon my coughing there. I will check out the link when we finish the stream up here. But I'm going to finish grabbing all this money. But yeah, probably just a couple more streams of this playthrough, and then I'll be ready for my next streaming thing, whatever it is. And maybe we'll be doing some Monster Party races with Drixus, and I will certainly. You guys are welcome to come. Yes, coughing, and I'm a little bit wheezing also, so I could wheezing. I don't know how much of the Pokemon anime show made it to your guys' local television. They thought Americans like rock and roll. Yes, we do like rock and roll. That's why they have that awesome heavy metal guitar in Final Fantasy VII in the boss music, the early game boss music anyway. Yes, I am very much coughing. Yes, grabbing treasures with my knights. I could always run back to the Marsh Cave and get the treasures that are locked with the Mystic Key. Could always do that. Alright, is that the last cave? Alright, I think that's the last cave. So I'm going to head back to Coneria, get to the center of the world, in up, save up, and then I'll call it a stream for the day. If I can find Coneria. There it is. And then we'll call it a stream. Well, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys popping in. It's always great to play and chat with you guys. Let me save state. There we go. So I appreciate you guys popping in. It's always nice to chat with you guys. But I'm going to call it for today. Probably my next stream will be early next week on this game. Is probably what we're shooting for next game. So until then, we will see you laters.